Tomahawk City.
AG, go Mavs.
Hey, Sam, we're live.
Oh, hey-o.
Stars win.
Are we?
Hey, KG.
Good thing I didn't say anything meaner.
Sam is going full Ewok tonight, Luds.
Hey,
Cold
Kevin.
down here.
I don't think Luds has ever seen the Star Wars movies.
No, remember
I have not.
Didn't he call him
Yeah.
Star
I
Trek?
have not.
Lutz is a
I'm a Star
Trekkie.
Trek
He's
guy.
a Trekkie guy.
He's
He
a Trekkie.
likes Trek.
He's a Trek and all my
Likes
children.
Captain
Would you
Kirk.
like me to read Rugged Road right now so we get out of the way?
Hey, I wrote about you and all my children in my article the other day.
This is going to be a problem show. I just want to
I
tell
said
you
the
right
Rangers
now.
are one of the
Start
best
post game.
soap operas.
Start it, John. We're in trouble already.
Get ready, boys.
The library card, Carlin. Remind me. Yeah, I need a new library card. Mine expired.
Well, that's pretty nice. A John Popper reference. Unfortunately, it's Casey DeSmith that's the hero tonight, but still a very nice thumbnail from our producer, John Anderson. He's here along with the crew of our DLLS Stars post-game show. John showing some tongue, apparently. Sam is...
That's not all I'm going to show tonight.
Hey,
Well, why don't you show everybody your T-shirt just to let everybody know who won the Mavs-Celtics game
man.
tonight?
KG, you out yet?
Oh, it sounds like he's in his car
That
already.
came through clearly. Yeah, he's in the parking lot right now.
I would just like to point out that John crashed the Mavs DLLS postgame show with his shirt, and there was a lot.
As opposed to without my shirt.
You could have done,
Sam busted in without his pants on, of course.
It's the only way I do it.
I believe the phrase that you used there was maybe too much double entendre.
Non sequitur.
Anyway, yes, it is actually. That was a non sequitur. For once,
I
when
still
you
don't know
said
what
it,
it
it was
means.
right.
Been trying all year to
Game
throw
All
that in
year.
there.
He did it by accident. Guess what? Stars went 2-0. Casey DeSmith with a shutout. He was spectacular. Craig Ludwig is our Nosferatu. No, he's not. He's not our evil villain. He's our Nostradamus. He's the prognosticator of prognosticators. We might as well start calling you Punxsutawney Phil because
I don't know who any of
you
these people are.
can predict the future.
Isn't Nosferatu the guy who turns the
okay.
switch on and spun that SpongeBob
Nosferatu is
episode?
the evil, like the first ever version of Dracula.
By the way, Sam is very correct in what he just said, Owen.
Thank you.
It's a generational thing. But that was I was telling you about this walking in the parking garage a couple weeks ago. This was how Nosferatu got bridged from 100-year-old.
Oh, that.
It really is. It's the only reason I know him.
You were telling me, and I,
Nosferatu, and then the camera turns, and Nosferatu is turning the lights on and off.
which is ridiculous
feel
because
like
that
I'm
has
in
nothing to do
The
with it.
hash slinging slasher.
Back to our.
Okay.
I think I'm in the wrong studio.
He's going
Although
to
we
turn
had
the
a
lights
hockey
off on
show.
us. Yeah,
Why are we doing this? What's going on?
you're supposed to say the lines.
Nosferatu.
What's the line?
I don't know. This is a weird,
I didn't know it was
dumb
happening.
joke.
Okay,
Already,
it's not very it's not very professional, is
The
it?
Stars won tonight.
KG, your team needs to win to be on our show tonight.
Oh. Get in here.
Oh, come on in, KG.
Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here.
He needs
Defend
some
yourself.
milk.
What? Look, man.
He needs some milk.
I don't need no milk. I probably need a drink. I need some of that Herman Marshall. We got
It's
some of that.
right
It's
over
over
there.
here.
Is that over there? No, I don't
Oh,
know.
Letty's got.
Damn, Lodge, you gonna drink that much already?
Well, there's another one.
That
that's
was
about as
full
empty,
10
too.
minutes ago.
Yeah, that was full.
That was our host.
I wore green because the Stars played.
Oh,
That's why I
no.
wore green. Not for the damn Celtics.
During the second period, I realized that the Herman Marshall whiskey might be better for my cough than just a cough drop alone. So there was some imbibing of
Let's
that.
go to the chats.
Okay.
I was trying to say that Luddy was a fortune teller.
Nostradamus.
No, not no. Yes, no. I said no.
Nostradamus is a fraud, by the way. We could do an off-season show on that.
Man, we are way over on this. He
Just trying to publish my
I tried to
article
call him
here.
the groundhog.
That's what
Why?
you came with the Punxsutawney
I said
Phil?
Punxsutawney Phil. Because what was it, Luds? Middle of the second period, you said Casey DeSmith is not going to let in a goal tonight.
No, I said he's getting a shutout tonight.
Yeah.
I said the words.
He did say the words.
I said the words.
You actually said, I don't care about superstitions.
Yeah,
And
KG,
shut up.
appreciate
and the ice was
KG.
tilted a little
Y'all
bit.
cook, man.
Go
Sam.
Celtics.
See you, KG.
No, don't. Come on, Owen. Yeah.
Sam, Luds isn't superstitious.
Just a little stitious.
Just a little stitious.
No, that's the worst. You guys both are terrible.
Yes.
By the way, the people in the chat can already tell that we are off the rails and they're loving it already.
It's Friday or
Court
Sunday
said,
or something.
Who? It's actually freaking za. They say huzzah for
freaking
a
za?
win.
Who
Freaking za. Because we won. So you play Vegas at home, St. Louis on the road, back to back with travel. You get 4 points out of 4. That's a pretty good weekend.
Well, you can't do any better than that. I mean,
No,
I just
but
thought I'd
I
point
think
that
that's
out.
something you can feel proud about. You don't have to go, we
Yeah,
can do
and
better. They gutted it out tonight.
Again, it was the first one and the Vegas game, and they, that was a good game. Both those teams, and I think that you can tell tonight that Dallas pretty much emptied the tank in that Vegas game.
Yeah.
But tonight they were good enough to get by, but again, it's the old story about the backup goaltender gets those kind of starts, and again, St. Louis is kind of the middle of the road team. They don't. We talked earlier in the pregame show, like they're in the middle of the road as far as all their stats and a lot of analytics and things like that. So, they don't score a ton of goals and they keep on coming at you, which they did that tonight. And, Casey had to make some saves, but, there weren't a lot of mistakes that were made by the Stars that created some serious chaos around him. He got some fortune. Like there were a couple of them that maybe should have gone in, hit a post or an opportunity that didn't find the back of the net, but that's what happens to teams like St. Louis probably often more than not,
Yeah, and honestly, like, they're not as good a team. They're not even close.
No.
Binnington's a very good goalie. He made some good saves tonight. Stars ran out of gas earlier than I thought they would. Maybe it's because they had a 2-goal lead, so they didn't have to push the game and chase it as much. But you could tell which one had more energy. It wasn't even close. St. Louis by the end of the third period was like one-way traffic. If it wasn't for the Stars' power play, which, by the way, in that third period, we had a little change of group. How about that?
And what a difference. It did make a difference, right? It was
Yeah.
more direct.
They had like
and
4 scoring
Thomas
chances.
Harley
Yeah,
started
it's just-
the third period. I didn't even see it happen. Shen got called for a penalty, seconds into the third?
High stick.
And Stars get a power play, and the first unit comes out with Thomas Harley instead of Miro Heiskanen.
Sam spotted it right away. He's been looking
Oh,
for
he's
it.
been waiting for it.
Spot.
Sam Spot.
Hey.
Sam spotted
Look
it.
at that. New nickname.
Yeah, and right immediately there might have been 2 or 3 little passes made, and the puck went to the net. Next thing you know, they got the puck back and went to the net. And then Duchesne got the puck, and then he shot it to the net. So it was just a little more, and there was a little more chaos and what it does. I was saying, like when all of a sudden you're out there and somebody puts the puck to the net, and then especially when the next guy puts it to the net, everybody else is going, well, I better go to the net. Well, then all of a sudden you find yourself outnumbering them down low because they're starting out, obviously, with one less player out there. But then there's more things going on around the front of the net. The goaltender has to look through more traffic, more legs, bodies, things like that. And it's just a little more directness. It doesn't mean that it's always going to work like that, but it's refreshing to us that there was a little bit of a tweak tonight.
Yeah.
It rubs off a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
You watch that one little shift, and Harley throws the puck to the net. Wyatt Johnston takes it from the corner. It feels like you just get that in your head, and you're like, all right, we're gonna just throw it to the net here.
Nothing made me happier than on the Harley, the shot from Duchesne kicks out. Harley one-times it from the high slot. The retrieval goes to Duchesne on the left circle. Luddy, I can't think of a more dangerous player to have the puck on his stick with the penalty kill trying to get themselves resorted than Matt Duchesne, because he can pick you apart. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Shot retrievals and chaos.
Right. And Matt has just got that. He's one of those players that has that patience and that poise where other players, they want to panic and get it there. Duchesne can kind of look and find a seam. And by the way, who scored? There was a power play goal scored tonight, right?
There was.
Who got that goal?
It had to be Robertson or Hintz.
No, I don't think
No.
it was. It was somebody else. Who was it?
Excellent.
It was Essa Lindell, the penalty killing machine.
He hadn't scored a power play goal since 2019. Can't remember the last time he was on the power play. I remember there was a time where he was used on the power play, and I don't know if it was because of an injury or if the Stars just went with a 2 defenseman format. There was a time where Essa was playing in the bumper.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because they were a little shy on
Weight?
personnel.
Oh.
He can play. He's
Yeah.
got something offensive. It's,
I'm imagining he was coming out there because there was 10 seconds left on the power play, and sometimes they'll put out their next pair or the fourth line or something to make sure they don't get scored on the other way. But he jumped right into play and was wide open.
Right down to the net.
Great
Yep.
pass by Rope. I love that.
Court just said Essa would shoot more, excuse me, than Miro. The Herman Marshall must be wearing off because the voice is going.
Not on the brain, I think, just
They're
on
right
your,
there.
on your
See,
voice.
there's Court's comment in the chat.
Yeah.
It's true. Look, Miro is a phenomenal player. He's arguably, if not without argument, the best player on the Stars.
Yep.
But he is such a team first player, and he's a distributor, as Pete said the other day. He's always looking at pass first. We want him to shoot a little bit more just for a little variety to make him less predictable for defensive penalty kills and stuff like that. And because I think he has the talent to do it, but it's not in his DNA to be a shooter. So to mix it up, because it wasn't going well on the power play, especially the second one, it was brutal, might as well make a change, lads. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, that's when the fans really get frustrated, and the coaches and players do too.
I think we got to put Sam on this because I just wonder, have they asked Miro to ever shoot more? You know, I mean, is that, or are we happy with what Miro does and get it to the guys that score the goals? Is that the concept for Miro out there, to make a little move and, the first good pass to somebody, and he generally puts it right where they want it. But I'm just wondering if there's ever been a conversation with a guy like Miro, like you say, that is a team guy and everything like that. Miro, we need you now. We want to start getting more pucks to the net. So can you get on that for us, Sam?
Yeah, I can ask.
Okay.
My belief is that has never happened, because the way that Pete talks about it is that they have different styles and they like their different styles. They like that Miro is a distributor and sets up the other players, because when the Stars power play is going well, they have the weapons. But the problem is, too often this year, those weapons haven't been weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And when Miro at the top is not a weapon and doesn't even, push to force the PK to come out and play him, the other guys aren't going to be weapons either, because by the time Miro gets it to them, they're all in their box or diamond, comfortably sitting there waiting for it.
Where does their power play rank overall right now? You stats guys.
It was 27th last time I looked.
Not on the road or at home.
No, road was
overall.
10th. Overall was 27th.
10th, so
Talking
they
about
were
the Stars?
10th on the
Yeah.
road.
10th
No,
on the road.
we're talking about.
Wait, no, you're talking
Mavs.
about overall?
Yeah.
Overall.
Right. 22nd coming into
22nd,
tonight.
they moved up.
They have been
Moved up.
going forward because guess what? They now have 9 power play goals in their last 11 games.
But in their defense, in a way, when you get off to a poor start and you're going 0 for 27 or something like that, it's
a long way up.
You'd be surprised how long it takes you to get out of that hole. So again, if they get it going at the right time of the year, but yeah, I mean, we just seem to. We're never happy. I mean, we shouldn't even be talking about it because we got a power play goal tonight, and it's on a back-to-back thing. Their tanks were definitely not on full.
No,
going, and you could see that. You could see that in the second period.
in the first period, we can start our recap. I mean, we've been just free floating, and we did it without Sean. This is literally the show he wants to do, which is
Let me just jump in and completely throw it off again.
please.
Then. I just wanted to check this before, because I think it was Ardell said it. Lindell is the only defenseman with a power play goal for the Dallas Stars this season.
The only defenseman, what?
Is that really true?
Yeah.
What?
Only defenseman with a power play goal this year is Lindell.
I believe that is true.
It is. I think
Yeah.
I looked my article. I think there was
How do they not
7 or
have-
8
I think
assists
somebody
for
scored,
Miro.
but the power play was already up. Someone did that got a goal. Yeah, but yeah, there you go.
How do they not have? I guess
Yeah, they have.
Miro's
I think
not shooting and-
Harley has 3 assists on the power play, and Miro like 8 or something like that. But that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
that's-
crazy.
Yikes! And he played 8 seconds of power play time.
That was it.
I don't know, something close
What
to
does
that. He
what
came
does
on the
that
ice
make-
and
what
went
does
right
that
in.
make PP goals per 60?
That's what I'm waiting to look when the next tomorrow
Tomorrow when
hockey
the stats
reference is
update,
going to be
oh my goodness.
72.4.
Hilarious.
It'll be second in the league because somebody will have scored with 1 second or
Yeah.
something like that. But no, I mean, look, it's good to be creative. They were clearly tired. Going back, like obviously they got the win. Are you surprised they doubled down with the lineup? They didn't make any changes other than the goaltender after playing last night. They got through it, but they had 2 theoretically healthy bodies in Lundqvist and Blumel. They could have injected for some energy. I'm not saying that they're going to play at big minute roles, but they could have added some fresh legs, but they didn't.
Yeah.
It worked.
I think you have to look at the game and go, well, they obviously made the right choice. I mean, we were up there throwing flowers around at Brendan Smith when he was kind of dangling around, and next thing you knew, he was on a wing, but then he was down behind his own net, breaking the puck out. So he's kind of that utility knife. And and he was in the lineup to do what they did. It was going to be a sluggish game. They knew it was. I think they felt that there may be a little more physicality going on, so they put Brendan in the lineup. And I thought Matt Dumba was okay tonight. I mean, it's hard to say how many guys weren't good when you play on back-to-back nights and you get a shutout. And obviously the goaltender was good. But, I mean, they obviously made the right decisions. And, again, I think they were looking at it from a standpoint of St. Louis Blues. They're a middle-of-the-road team, and they'll try to make it difficult on you and finish their checks a little bit more and dump pucks in the corners and make you work. And so the bigger, more aggressive team or lineup that we can put in there tonight, the better, and it paid off for them.
We're going to do a recap in our second segment, and then we're going to get to your super chat.
No.
So load them up. That's coming up soon here on the DLLS Dallas Stars postgame show.
We're good.
I'll go first, Sam.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah, good luck.
Rugged Road is dedicated to creating innovative and durable outdoor gear for adventurers who demand the best. Our products are designed with the highest quality materials and craftsmanship, ensuring they perform in the toughest conditions. Whether you're on land or water, Rugged Road gear is built to accompany you on every adventure. Crafted to handle the toughest environments, their coolers are built to last, ensuring they can keep up with any adventure. The coolers are guaranteed to keep their contents cool for up to 7 days. Perfect for a variety of outdoor activities, from fishing and tubing to camping and tailgating. These coolers are designed to meet the needs of every outdoor or sports enthusiast. So, gear up for your next adventure with Rugged Road coolers. Reliable, durable, and built to be used, Rugged Road is your ultimate outdoor companion. Head over to ruggedroadoutdoors.com and use code DLLS for 10% off.
Let's talk about the East-West Shrine Bowl. America's oldest college football all-star game is being held right here in Texas, and I swear my voice is getting worse by the word. So let's keep on moving. On January 30th, be a part of history in the making at the 100th East-West Shrine Bowl at AT&T Stadium. Since 1925, the game has benefited Shriners Children's and its mission to provide innovative pediatric specialty care to improve and transform the lives of children. See some of the nation's top college football players play in this head-to-head competition ahead of the NFL draft. Today's All-Stars, tomorrow's legends. The East-West Shrine Bowl has served as the starting point for many noteworthy NFL careers, including 80 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and more than 200 members of the College Football Hall of Fame. Tickets start at just $20, and you can use the code DLLS when purchasing 2 or more tickets to receive 50% off. Visit shrinebowl.com and buy your tickets today. Shrine Bowl coming up on January 30th at AT&T Stadium. That's in Arlington, Texas, a.k.a. the Death Star. All right. Let's get to a short, brief recap breakdown after we went through everything. Evgenii Dadonov scored the first goal of the game on the rush. And Luddy, you did a wonderful in-between period breakdown. And did it look to you like Jordan Bennington tried to throw a stick at the puck?
Did it? Yeah, it just slipped out of his hand. It's a sneaky. We got a little look here. You guys need to tune in so you can watch this. But Bennington kind of accidentally, on purpose, it slipped out of my hand as he tosses the puck at Dadonov. And I believe he thinks at the time Dadonov may be having his head down, can't really see what's happening. Dadonov, I love how he gets up on his heels on some of these times. He turns him like this. It doesn't even phase Dadonov. He just gets it, keeps it, the stick goes by. I think it kind of slides by over the top of the shaft, and then he just pulls it back and just tucks it in on Bennington. So, and it really started, what was pretty about this play is the way that Dadonov got the puck. And it started with Rupe at the blue line of defensive zone, but it was the play by Robertson. I mean, he gets this pass on his forehand. He knows generally where he's trying to go with it, but he redirects it backwards. I mean, it's a pass on his forehand. He turns his shaft in a little bit, and he gets it to probably come off the heel of the stick so it can go behind him. And the timing is perfect on this, and it ends up right on the tape of Dadonov. So it's a highly skilled play by a player that's playing with a ton of confidence, obviously, in Robo. But it was like they practice it every day. And I promise you, Robo does those kind of things because he's a rink rat, and he does them things kind of all the time. But it just worked out perfectly.
You know what's funny on that Bennington one? It almost looked like, first of all, it's a mess. I'd love to see Sean break that down because it looked like Bennington made 1, 2, or 3 too many moves on the breakaway before Dadonov even did anything. But it looked like he was going for the poke, and then as Dadonov did go back on his heels like he's going to shoot it, Binnington's like, oh crap, and just lets go of it. It was a mess.
It would be very curious to hear what would happen, what they would call or wouldn't call on that play, because how do they prove that he actually threw it? Like I was trying to make a poke check and it slipped out of my hand.
Blatant, right?
Yeah, but I mean if we didn't have super slow-mo, we probably wouldn't spot that. But it's a pretty cagey little move if it pays off for you and you don't get busted.
It is a penalty shot. I just looked up the rule. If he catches a goalie throwing a stick at the puck or an opponent in the defending zone, it's a penalty shot.
Yes, if you windmill your stick
at
an opponent, it's probably illegal. Jason Robertson now has points in 12 of his last 15 games. He has 10 goals and 12 assists. That's 22 points in his last 15 games. He has been absolutely red hot. And I don't care if the guy in Toronto thinks that Vancouver doesn't want Jason Robertson. We're not trading him.
No, he's not going anywhere.
But anyway, great goal by Dadonov. Luddy, that was the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth scoring chance of the first 7 minutes. St. Louis had a couple, but nothing super notable. But Jim Montgomery used his timeout after the Dadonov goal, and he was not calling his troops in to say, relax, boys, don't worry, we're playing great.
I think Monty's, by now being there for, a month or so, he's got a pretty good read and a temperature on his team and how he feels that they're going to have the most success that they can with what they have. And he doesn't see it early on in the game. And there were a couple opportunities that Dallas had, and he doesn't like the flow of the game. He probably wants to spend more time in the offensive zone, and so he brings them in. And, Monty's known for that. I mean, he's done it with the Bruins a few times, too, when he was there. He's done it here in Dallas. And so he doesn't mind going out and doing something early in a game. It's kind of like the general managers that make the moves way ahead of the deadline. You kind of want to get ahead of it and try to get my team, because if you're probably going to get down a goal or two by the Dallas Stars, it's going to be hard to come back, even if they did play on a back-to-back night. So, fellas, we got to pick our game up, and they did. Whether they picked their game up that much or Dallas just started running out of steam because of the game, versus Vegas the night before.
So it's 1-0. They get out of the timeout. Brendan Saad has a shot in the high slot. Jake Neighbors crashed the net, and he pushed it wide. He actually had a really good look, but he couldn't force a save out of Casey DeSmith. Then the Stars get the power play, and Stankoven had one shot from the right circle. Remember, this is the second unit now. The first unit was on for over a minute. They did nothing with it. The entries were brutal.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do anything. Then
we continue to beat up the number one.
We do. Until the third period when they put Harley on it and they were better.
Yeah.
Well, Lindell scores. For the first time, mind you, a power play goal since October 19th, 2019 at Philadelphia, as he scores a power play goal for the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th time in his NHL career, regular season. And it was a fantastic finish. Well, how about that pass, Ray? Hintz, Dadonov to Hintz, then Hintz across to Lindell. 9:36 time of the goal makes it 2-0. It's the fourth of the year for Lindell. It was not quite the tic-tac-toe that we saw from Vegas last night, but it wasn't far off.
Yeah, I think Lud's mentioned it when we were watching, and similar to what we were just talking about, that it's not anything crazy that they do when they make us happy with the power play, but just look at that play. It goes up to Harley at the point. It goes quickly to the wall to, I believe, Dadonov, down to Hintz, cross, shot. That's it. It's not pass around, pick your head up, look around for a little bit, pass it down low, skate it around. It just feels like with the first unit, it's almost like, and maybe it's because they were given such a long time. Maybe the first unit was given almost 90 seconds and Miro sometimes 2 minutes. Maybe they just don't have that intensity and urgency because they feel like they have a lot of time. Sometimes you get the 5-on-3 for 90 seconds and you waste 85 of them.
You're looking for the perfect play.
Yeah, and that's what it feels like sometimes with the first unit. And the second unit comes out and they go, all right, we got 40 seconds. Let's put it to the net.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different sense of urgency. And again, when you're Rupe and and Essa sneaks down there, but when you only see one blue jersey in that area right there, you might as well you should be doing that, because if you want to move it back up again and then you get around, because somebody was out of position. They only had one guy down at the front of their net. Yeah. So you've got a quick 2-on-1 down low. Don't let them turn it into a 2-on-2 and get somebody back into position.
That's we talk about with Stone a lot, right? Down low and take it to the net. That's what you get when you do that, right? Yeah. You start taking to the net, that guy's going to come over, and then all of a sudden you have backdoor plays. It's just it's a beautiful thing.
toward the end of the first period, Sam Steele had a 2-on-1 on a wrist shot. Binnington made the save. I thought Justin Falk may have deflected that a little bit. Actually, it did. It hit Falk and went the other direction, but it hit the right pad of Binnington. Then Logan Stankoven had a 2-on-1 pass across from Steele, one-times it, and he missed the net. If he puts it, what do you say, maybe 2-3 inches to the right of the left post? Well, I mean, from where he put it, it's in the net.
3 inches is quite a bit, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
so
boy.
to speak.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Walked right in
I'm
there.
just- I held back.
He's talking about my height.
I don't have a
Well,
bottom
look,
lip
it was
right
a great
now,
chance for
Back away slowly.
Stankoven, but he missed it.
but- What was that, producer John?
I said back away slowly, Luds.
Now it's too close.
No, it has
he
nothing
was-
to do
he
with
was
your
just-
microphone. He was
It was
just
just making
talking
funny.
about you tiptoeing out of the room. In the second period, it was all about the back door, John, apparently. It was, sorry,
Here
that
we
was too
go.
easy. Jordan Kyrou.
Gonna be one of those nights, huh?
It is.
Oh,
Jordan
no.
Kyrou from Colton Parayko. Huge save by DeSmith, although to Kyrou's detriment, he shot it back across the crease. If he puts it toward the goal line, it goes in. But he completely shanked this.
There was a decent amount of that in the game, honestly. Like there
There
were
was.
a bunch of plays
Yep.
where, especially for St. Louis, that it looked like they had tap-ins or could at least get a chance and either
Luds is losing it over there.
flubbed it or shanked it or
Hold on,
whatever
I'm going to
other
keep him
word
laughing.
you
You ready?
want.
The next back door
Oh,
was Robert Thomas
Lord.
from Pavel Buchnevich. He put it wide through the crease. I mean, they just could not find a way to put it between the 4x6 opening. Then
You're doing it on purpose now.
Now you gotta go hard in the other direction. Goaltender squeezed his thighs, and that one couldn't get through.
see, now you did it, right? Okay, so
Come on.
Sam, you might need to help. My voice is loosening. Stankoven raced into the zone. He shot. Binnington made the save. Oh, this is
Binnington
fun.
flashes the glove.
And then let's see, the last one of the second period belonged to Shen. He had a really good chance in the shot in the slot, but DeSmith made that save. Go to the third period. Stars had a pretty good look on that power play. I thought the best of that we were talking about in the last segment with Harley out there with the first unit was Wyatt's close range as he took the puck, went to the net to the top of the crease. Good save by Binnington there. How about Colton Parayko all over the place in the third period? Short-handed, 5-on-5, 6-on-5.
I meant to
He
look
looked
at
like
how
a
much
forward out
he
there.
played because
Yeah,
he looked like he
didn't
played the
play
whole
as much
period.
as you think.
No?
No, I was actually kind of surprised because I looked at it.
He felt like he was on the ice every
He
single time we
seemed
looked
like
up
he- well,
in
he's
the
so big,
offensive zone.
He's so big, he's out there all.
Maybe
it
that's
looks
what it
like
was.
He's out there all the time. Yeah, but anyway,
He
yourself together.
was their player of the game, though. I think he created everything.
I shouldn't have read the chat because it's reliving our last minute that's making me laugh. So then it was Robert Thomas driving the crease. DeSmith stoned him there. Matthew Joseph, another backdoor chance, this time from Thomas, and he hit the left post. Great opportunity. Again, couldn't put it in the net. They hit the frame, and we had a post. Broberg, Luddy, high slot, ripped one that hit the right post. Casey DeSmith was great, but he also was living right.
that's kind of why you get that feeling during the course of the game. You know, when some of them that, man, how did that not go in? There's more of how didn't that one get by him, and brings off the post and goes the right direction. In other words, into a corner versus into the net. You feel like your goaltender's, you know, he got a little luck in his corner.
I thought you said corner, but it sounded like his corner. I don't know what's going on. So DeSmith gets
Owen
the
was
win.
drinking tonight.
I'm going to use a corner.
Seventh win in 15 appearances for Casey DeSmith. Stars up to 31 wins and 62 points. That is important because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the Minnesota Wild fought back and got a point tonight. Again, it's early, long way to go. Yeah. Nope, they lost to the Calgary
Oh,
Flames.
look at that.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, Dustin Wolf.
That's a shame. I thought that they tie. Oh, they did tie it, but they lost in regulation. Yep, they didn't make it. How about that? Calgary was up 5-2. Wild scored twice late, extra attackers, but couldn't tie it. So, not only, I mean, think about that. Stars get another win. They pulled 2 more points ahead of Minnesota in second place. It's exactly where they want to be.
Yep.
With now
Do it. Math.
No. We're not doing that.
Oh, I was excited.
What? 33 games
I
left?
thought you were going to ask me what games were
Not that
left.
hard. This was game number 49.
Nah.
So Sunday and Monday to rest, recover, maybe a practice, and then fly out to Vegas and play the Golden Knights on Tuesday. So
Are they? Would you go? Are they going straight to Vegas? You think?
no, they're coming home
You think
tonight. Yeah.
to practice?
Mama,
I would say they would.
No, they're coming home. They're flying home now, so they have Sunday off, and then they'll have a
Yeah,
practice
that makes
to
sense.
go.
I was
No,
going to say go to
we
Vegas to
asked them
practice
about it.
Monday, but
Well, it was Tuesday. Wasn't that the Hurricanes game?
Yeah.
Was Tuesday? I asked them then, and they said, "Yeah, we're not going. We're just
they're
going
coming
to
back.
St. Louis." Yeah.
Interesting.
So, anyway, up next, let's get to your chats because we're already crazy and silly. Why not as well involve you as well?
Yes, this is my time. Saturday Neon, started by two college friends. Saturday Neon makes officially licensed collegiate logo LED neon signs perfect for your home, office, dorm, fan cave, or bar. Check out their new Essentials collection featuring almost 50 of the biggest schools across the country and counting for only $75. You can check out Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, or Oklahoma State for you local folks. Unlike traditional neon, these LED signs won't break or shatter, but still give you the classic uniform glow that you know and love. LEDs last up to 100,000 hours. Did you know that? 100,000 hours. So you know you'll be enjoying your sign for years to come. Low voltage, they don't get as hot, and they're always safe to the touch. Head over to SaturdayNeon.com and use the code DLS for 10% off your favorite sign! ! It's
a weird way to end, but nonetheless,
done.
apparently he's done. Let's talk about Game Time. Game Time is the best platform to use to get the tickets you want for your sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, theater. You need Game Time. Game Time, you download the app. It has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for events even easier. It filters out all the fluff, so it only shows you incredible deals on great seats. You don't have to worry about wasting time sifting and searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. NFL championship games for the NFC and AFC are tomorrow. Last minute tickets, you need Game Time, or maybe you're already thinking ahead to the Super Bowl. Game Time has the best place. Plus, you have the virtual seat views. You know exactly what you're getting, especially if you've never been to that venue. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code DLLS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right.
My computer froze.
Well, you don't have to worry because we have Super Chats for you, and let's get it started.
Let's get it started, boys.
We have some really fun Super Chats already.
Bing bang.
We'll start with T Farmer for using one of the lighter versions of the Super Chats. We appreciate it nonetheless, but it's not the, as Luddy said, 3 inches can be a lot. A little DeSmith and 99 Cup here. I know where you're going for, T Farmer. To shutout, bailed out the back-to-back. Love to see it. How about Casey DeSmith tonight?
Yeah, well, we've kind of beat him up already, haven't we, Casey?
You don't want to take T Farmer's $1.99 and give a little extra love?
I love it. I love more the fact that I don't know if it was someone in the chat first or article first way back, but I think I wrote Casey to win or something like that in one of my articles. And now the Discord and the chat, just the most ridiculous. Casey to force field, Casey to shutout. I love it all.
Do you see the avatar, the little icon logo, the whatever you want to call
It's
it?
a globe.
No.
I can't see it.
No, it's a sideways. I kid you not. It looks like a crest for the English Premier League team, Leicester City.
That's what I was getting.
Sideways.
That was my second
guess. It's a fox. Can you see it? But you have to turn your head sideways.
Oh, this way.
That way.
It is a fox.
Yeah. I think it's Leicester City. T Farmer, I'm
Farmer,
on
let
to
us
you.
know.
You're a Leicester City fan. Okay, next.
You knew.
Bing bang.
Hey, let's see. We have a Haskinen and Cup year from Marshall second. My 3 stars of the game are DeSmith, the left pole, and the right pole. I'm assuming he's referring to the post and not the last segment when we would be talking about some sort of
This is the left pole and this is the right pole.
Are you a lineman?
Yeah, like the post treated DeSmith very well tonight. Sometimes you have to live that way, but none. Oh, Jesus. I shouldn't have looked down to the
You
chat.
can't read the chat while we're
read
talking.
That. Well, and I
Lutz
can't
is reading it too. Over here.
read
We
the
got
burned
everybody in
oils
the chat.
one.
I
He-
saw
he
it.
can't.
I saw it.
Oh, come on.
I saw it.
We can't read that on air.
Why not? What does it say? Read it to me.
No, you look at
Read
it.
to me.
You look at it, you'll start crying, laughing again.
You
and
got
then
to
you'll
just
realize
get
why
logged
not.
into the Slack.
All right,
and
let's go to the next
get
one,
it up
John.
on your Discord.
Oh, God.
Your Venmo.
Bing bong.
Dustin Priest, a Bishel, and Dadonov had to work until the 3rd. Did I miss anything good? LOL. Love hearing Harley was out there with PP1. Sam can rest easy now.
Heard that. You missed the whole game basically. If you're asking that seriously, I know probably not. But the Stars scored 2 goals. What was the time they scored that second goal? You know,
The Lindell goal?
yeah.
It was at 9:36 of the first period.
So 9:36 of the first period was the last goal of the game.
Yeah, that was it. Well, if you're asking about Bishel, and you're not, but
He put Bishel in his
Yeah,
price.
he
go
was
for
good
it.
again. He led the team in hits. I want
Played
to
a
say
lot.
every night that he's been up here and been in the lineup, he's been leading the team in hits.
We'd have to do some research on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if you were right.
I know that.
Oh,
You shouldn't-
you're
you shouldn't be
It's not
You're positive?
incredibly hard to lead this team in hits.
No, you know what?
They
The
actually
team-
out hit Vegas though, which was
I
incredible.
was going to say, to that point, Lud, I can't even remember last time the Stars had more hits than their opponent, except for last night against Vegas. That was this. I don't know if it was a freak of nature or an intentional. We have to go out and out physical get these guys
Well,
because
then again,
they played.
Then again, you know, I mean, they did play the night before, and
That's
they
what I
didn't
mean.
have the
Yep.
same amount of juice in them, and they're not moving quite as fast. But the other side of that is they do come to the front of the net, and they go in corners and grab pucks, and so you have an opportunity there to finish some checks. So it's almost like they come to you sometimes to be able to finish a hit.
Let's go to the next one.
Bing bong.
T. Farmer. Hey, another one. There we go. That would be Brendan Smith, and I believe nobody has worn the number 69 for the Stars. Smith,
Shorzy.
Glatt. Oh, it's Doug Glatt from Goon, right?
Oh yeah,
seen the movie Goon?
That's the other 69.
But you don't see movies.
I like Shorzy better than
Okay, well,
Boone,
anyway,
but
that's why the 69.
that's nice. I saw a 69 Glatt jersey at the game on last game.
I think Owen needs to be cut off.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
He needs to
Bing
be
bong.
driven home is what he needs.
I Love Misty 1985. A little Ludwig and DeSmith. Casey to shutout innuendoed the booze.
The booze, as in the booze in on the Marshall bottle, or
that was your
or the
cue to
booze
take
in
a
the
sip.
crowd. Oh,
Booze in the crowd, I'm guessing.
I can't reach it.
Bing bong.
Jordan Crilly,
no way you can read that.
of course I can. It's Madonna and Stanley Cup here.
It was nice to see that. I can read it.
Yeah. You want to do it, Lud?
That's acrylic.
Okay. It's not Cyrillic. Acrylic. My goodness. That's a bad inside joke. It was nice to see the bad puck luck on the other end of the ice tonight for a change. Why was there no penalty when Saad ran over Casey? It may have been discussed and I missed it. Go Stars. We actually didn't bring it up. So Jordan, thank you very much. We had a internal debate
An argument.
and there was a dispute between that guy and us two because we thought that he toe-picked, Brendan Saad toe-picked into Casey DeSmith and caught him in the side of the head and thought that should be a penalty. And Lud said,
No, I didn't think it was a penalty. I think he's driving to the net and he's trying to tap dance around a defenseman, and he does lose his balance, but you can see him trying to move to his right a little bit. And actually, he wouldn't even ran into the post if Casey wasn't there.
was Casey in the crease?
Casey came out to cut the angle down.
Was he in the crease?
He was running on the edge.
But he was in his crease, right?
Yeah, but that
Right.
doesn't mean he's going to hit the crease.
Right. No, it's not.
Because he was going to
but
his
he was
right.
in his crease. So you cannot hit the goalie.
Why do you guys got to be so soft all the time?
No.
I know
No,
you're a
I have
soccer
question for
guy.
you. No.
But it's nice to see some guys get run. What did Casey do? Nothing. He popped
They
right up and
want
played
us
the
to
game.
debate this. So I'm
Move
gonna
on. Nothing to see here.
I'm going to give you another follow-up question to that. Did you like the Stars on the ice response to that play?
What response? Oh,
They all got into
yeah,
the
of
scrum
course.
and
I thought you mean there was some big fight. There's never been a fight.
No,
But at
it's-
least they did. They did do
Yeah,
something.
of course.
they
Well,
didn't
that's what
stand
you're.
around
That's what you're supposed
looking
to
up
do.
at the jumbotron.
That doesn't mean he was intentionally running the guy. That's what you see in every hockey game. It's the conversation that's been going on for years now. Why after a big hit does there have to be a fight?
Right, and
Right.
I'm with you on that.
But your goaltenders are special.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't hit the goalie. Just like you are responsible for your stick, even with an incidental high stick, you get called for a penalty. If you crash into the goalie and you haven't been pushed by an opponent, which he wasn't, you are responsible for your body. You can't just run through him. You're like, oh, I hit him in the head. Sorry, I was just trying to get out of the way. You are still responsible.
Even if it's an accident.
Yeah.
Accidental tripping.
So it
is
should have
fine.
been a penalty.
I just don't think this isn't a travesty. It wasn't like
No.
it was
No,
intentional.
not
No,
at all.
it's
That's all I'm trying to say. It wasn't
Yeah, no.
intentional.
It's a
I
minor
agree.
penalty, but it should have been a penalty instead of nothing.
It was an odd play. I was talking to you about it. It was kind of an odd little, like he's almost leaning back, but then he toe picks forward. I wonder if it was just a rut, but I liked Bischel and Dumba jumping in there for him.
Let's go to the next
Bing
one.
bong.
Last one for now.
Marshall second, a little Ludwig and 17. Is that Goldsworthy? Am I right? Right? Isn't 17 Bill
Cole
Goldsworthy?
Lind.
What?
Cole Lind.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have to look it up now. No, Goldsworthy is a different number, isn't he? 8. We need an Agent DeSmith from the Matrix graphic. So that sounds a bit like a request, but usually I find that if you're polite, instead of saying we need, if you ask producer John nicely,
Rich Peverly.
Pevs was 17. You would have to say something like, producer John, if you have time, would you please make a Casey DeSmith Matrix Agent Smith mashup for our show? You might have better luck.
Ludwig. Oh, it was Ludwig's
17? When did you go
17?
Montreal. Yeah.
Montreal?
Oh, should have been 2
Oh.
for your Fighting Sue days when you really
You know, somebody
held
sent
that
me-
name, Fighting Sue.
You know, somebody sent me a message tonight. Well, I'll tell you guys off air. You don't.
I'm listening.
Do we have
No,
to go to break? I don't know what time we started.
No, we're good.
Oh, cool.
Goldsworthy was 8.
Don't
I
bail
was
him out.
The second time. Masterton's 19.
So don't bail him out.
No, I just didn't know.
Can't use the break as a shield. I don't think he's going to tell us.
Who?
No.
Anyways,
Oh,
my
that-
official response to the graphic request is I will always do them. It just might not be for a month.
Yeah.
I'll get around to it, though.
You're into it, but you're
Also
not going to do it instantaneously.
Also, Sevi.
Bing bong.
Have you wore 17 with the
17
stars?
of the Stars is what I'm seeing.
Another
in the
one.
chat as
T
well.
Farmer. This one's a little better than the last one. Oh, what has he got?
Oh.
He
That didn't land on the set. T
John-
Farmer with a hat trick.
Oh,
it-
he threw
Wait,
a
he
hat
did
for you,
3?
T Farms.
Yeah.
That was his third?
It was as bad of a throw as mine when Anton Roussel got a hat trick at the
I was
AAC.
hoping it would
didn't
come
make
down.
anywhere
It
close.
would come down in the shot. That
No, you
obviously
missed
didn't
wide
happen,
to the
so-
right of our perspective.
I didn't even
pulled
make
a,
it to the rink when
was
I
the
did
Bills
it.
kicker. I pulled a Scott Norwood on that one.
Laces,
Very topical.
laces out.
You have to turn off your camera, though, because we can't read the rest of the super chat before you go get and retrieve your
Speaking of need to get
your
cut
hat.
off, I think
Okay, here we
producer
go.
John does too.
So this is a Bischel from
get to
T
that
Farmer.
K-pop
Do we
concert.
know if there's a pesky trade in the works with Bischel being pulled up? Anything further to report?
I don't think we have anything, do
we
we?
don't have any. We have not gotten any information. All I know is, for the most part, the Stars right now are currently only looking at pending free agents. That is as much as information as we have.
Well,
on
I
the
saw
trades.
the same report. It was pending UFAs or ones maybe with 1
1 year.
year of extra term besides this year. Meaning, Luds,
They've
that
got-
our talk of Seth Jones with his 9 million years left, or
And Pareko.
Pareko, which we were enjoying watching him tonight, but he's got a bunch of years left on his deal. Because you have contracts coming up for Wyatt Johnston, Thomas Harley, Jason Robertson down the road.
Jamie Benn, Matt Duchesne.
Yep. If you want to
They're
try to
gonna-
keep
they're-
those guys
Yeah,
intact.
they're going to keep them.
Yeah, and if that's going to be the case, you can't absorb.
I don't think Duchesne will say, I want. I think Matt's taken friendly contracts.
You
last
see him
couple
going on
years.
another 1 year?
I don't know. I think he likes it here and everything. But, I mean, if he's putting up some more points and, he continues on, he might say, listen, I'm worth a little more. But I think it may all depend on how the rest of this year goes, too.
And how he feels about whether he can win here.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that last year was going to be Joe Pavelski's last year if they won it all. If not, I thought he might come back to kick it again. But it turned out that was
Scared
it,
the
which
crap
was a
out of
little
me.
surprising to me until about 3/4 of the way through the season when we started to really visibly see him look a little slower, even for he's not super fast, but there were some times toward the end of the season in the playoffs, I know he wasn't happy with his production.
No.
And that sort of made that, is he going to retire, accelerate a bit more? Because I'll bet you if that wasn't the case, he might have come back for one more year. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the old saying is Father Time is undefeated, and it's like Father Time was sitting on the bench after about game 60 with him.
Yeah. Old people, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was a really fun chat. We have more people firing off funny things in there, including trying to get us to laugh again because of Luddy, quote unquote, cry laughing, which was great.
Hey, how about the bleeding fest this game as well? We didn't mention.
You want to talk about that on the other side?
Yeah. Are we
All
having
right.
a break now?
Yeah, let's do it next.
see,
Here
I
on
might
the
be on the other
DLS
side by the time
Dallas
we get back.
Stars. Oh, we have another super chat coming here on the DLS Dallas Stars postgame show. But first, Sam, you don't always get to talk as much as you want. My voice is dying.
That's not true.
Why don't you take this one?
Okay. What are we talking about?
Well, look at that down there.
Oh, diehards. Yes. Become a diehard because you get all the best stuff when you're a DLS diehard. You get access to all of the articles on Stars, Mavs, Rangers, and the Cowboys. You get access to the Discord for all the ridiculous channels to talk to John about food or weird movies or his review on Sonic the Hedgehog 3, or get on the Discord and throw in some questions for Lud's damn Discord, which we'll do again soon. You get a free t-shirt. You get a cool card, which we're still trying to figure out when you're going to need that card. I don't know if we need to check them at the door. Or
I mean, if we
at
have
the watch
a
parties.
diehard only access,
Yeah,
you're going to have to be able to prove
I'm
it.
checking that. I'm checking IDs. You get a free t-shirt. You get a free t-shirt every year.
Luddy, if you went to a place and where there was restricted admission and Sam was the bouncer,
I was a bouncer
would you
in
be
Austin.
able to take it seriously?
I was a bouncer for 2 years in Austin at the bars. Rainy Street.
He already laughed.
Yeah.
Was it one of those special bars?
No.
Oh,
It was,
Where
it was
you know how when you
Oh
go to
my
the
God.
fair, you can't get on a ride if you can't. You're the bar.
yeah, I couldn't get in the bar, so they just hired
is
me
it
to
like
stand
the
outside.
reverse bar of that?
Yeah.
Where if you were above the bar, you can't get in.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was.
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
I was tough, man. I was throwing people around.
Did they
I was-
have the little blow up kiddie pool in there filled up with baby oil?
Become a
and everything?
diehard so that you can talk to someone else besides Luds.
Wrap.
AllDLS.com/diehard.
What about the
Hold on, Sam.
watch party?
Gotta do this.
Oh, yeah. And the watch party.
Don't sound snarky. You have to be positive about it.
No, I'm positive. I'm trying to read it. I don't.
This is why we don't let him do it.
2-6?
February
2-6.
6th.
February
6:30
6th,
versus the
6:30
Celtics.
p.m. versus the Celtics, who they just lost to tonight at Cosm, which I really, really want to check out. It actually looks so cool.
Because
so,
you'll actually be able to see the screen.
yeah, I'll be able to see the screen, and I don't even have to wear my contacts or anything like that.
You'll laugh again.
But first ever watch party DLS. There are limited tickets. We don't know how many exactly, but limited tickets remain for that awesome event. You can hang out with the DLS Mavs crew and watch the Mavs versus the Celtics.
All right.
Did I do it all?
Yeah, that
Thanks,
was
guys.
fine. Other than the weird, I can't read the screen.
Well, it's not weird. I really can't read the screen.
Oh,
There's
I
a
love
chat
Misty.
situation.
Gotta get a.
In addition to the super chats, Owen has just aged himself in the chat.
Oh,
Why? Because I'm
no.
aware of a very, very, very old baseball player.
Oh no, it's because that's not who he's talking. Oh, I love Misty's chat. Do you know who T Farmer's referring to? Do you know who this is?
Show me
Show
your.
me
No,
your-
no, I was
no.
talking about Nap Lajoie.
Yeah. So so I missed I love Misty's
You
response
did.
to that, but
That one.
John Lajoie, I don't know how to pronounce it, played the actor who played Taco in the FX show The League.
Oh, that is fantastic.
He has he blew up on YouTube because he had a song called "Show Me Your Insert Word I Can't Say" on the show.
That was
I'll
from
say it.
the
What
league.
is the word? Text it to me. I'll say it.
No. We just said that in unison. Man, we are in sync tonight. I love it.
You guys have been like, don't stay in sync again.
We have two more super
Why?
chats,
Because
though.
you think Allie's going to put us another photo of our heads on in sync
Yeah, and I'm gonna
bodies?
be JT
Bing
this time,
bong.
Allie.
All right, we have another super chat. Sam, go ahead, read it.
Oh yeah, right. They're
I
getting
love
smaller.
Missy.
John's doing it on purpose.
This is Lindell and Ludwig.
I literally can't. It's as big as it gets. It's because it's so long.
It's because it's long. That's okay. I got this. An explanation. Oh, he turned.
Hold on, I gotta call.
Boy, innuendos are flying around the Stars post-game show tonight. I Love Misty 1985. An explanation of the DBG super chat from last night. Sean McAdoo is a writer on The Athletic, and he ran a blog called Down Goes Brown. I've heard of that. He created a quiz about what team a player never played for. Luds was one of the questions. that explains a lot more than did you know you were a DGB.
Was that the
quiz.
Was it like who did Luds not play for? Was it that? I saw that somewhere on social
Send the
media.
question.
So wait a minute.
Misty. Send what the
Luds
question
played
was.
for Montreal, the Islanders, the North Stars, and the Stars, right?
Yes.
What teams did he play for?
No, there were 4 options. It said which team
okay.
did he not play for, and I want to say it was maybe Vancouver. I can't remember what the other team was, but
there are 32 current teams. There were how many when you retired? Was there 30 or 28?
6?
No, the original 6.
Okay, so 4 out of 6 is a pretty good number. But seriously, there's like 25 teams that were in the league when you were there that you didn't play for. That seems like it'd be better to say which team did you play for.
Right.
Anyway, next one.
He digresses.
Bing bong.
Jordan Crilly with
That's
another one
nice.
tonight.
Look at
Show
that
us
font.
the hair.
This is referring to my hair because when I tried to do the hat trick, which did not go so well for T Farmer, I said, you guys got to see the bad haircut I got today. So Allie
it
wanted
again.
me to... What?
Do it again.
I'm going to do it. I'm just recapping what led us to this moment. I'm doing what
Tell
Owen
him about the
does
high
in the
danger
first half of the
chances.
show.
Sam, what did you say to Allie? She just snarked back at you. I do what I want.
I said I wanted to be JT.
Oh.
She doesn't listen to you. She doesn't listen to any of us.
I know that.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I said if you pay, you can see the hair. So here's the hair.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
love
Why do you say it's bad, John?
Because I hate every haircut, and then I just wait.
The hat doesn't
and then I
help.
just wait 2 weeks, and then it's fine, and I just hide it under a hat, and then I keep wearing the hat. So
on the
can I
scale
try
of
this again, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
Throw it.
don't break your lights. Here we go, John. For
John,
the
you kinda-
second time, hat
John,
trick.
have you seen Hello Ladies? That
And he
was
missed
almost
it
the exact
again.
same spot. Have you seen Hello Ladies?
There's a draft, I think, blowing east to west in here. Have I seen what?
Hello Ladies.
No, what is that?
Never mind.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I think that's it on Super Chats.
Getting thirsty.
So there goes John. He's gonna get his hat
What am I
back.
looking at?
Let me see.
Doesn't he look like this guy?
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name, but
Yeah, he's
I've done that before.
Stephen
Stephen
Merchant,
Merchant?
is extremely tall too, isn't he?
Oh,
Like
yeah, I've
super
gotten
tall.
Stephen
6'6".
Merchant, Macaulay Culkin. That one I don't like.
Stephen Merchant
I
is
have
really
gotten
good.
Glenn Powell once.
Or
believe it
Hall
not.
Pass. That's good.
Yeah, I've
take your
gotten Glenn
glasses
Powell.
off and
So
perfect your quaff. Maybe you get a Glenn Powell reference or two. All right, let's do our final segment stuff, which begins with our man of the match.
Casey DeSmith.
Casey Smith.
Yeah?
I mean, is there anybody that's going to go anywhere else with this?
No.
That's the Lindell.
Lindell power play goal first time in 5 years. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
The Smiths.
No, it was DeSmith.
The Smith and his poles.
Look at that.
Had
That
to
took
make it
12
weird.
seconds.
Had to make it weird.
49.
Let's got it right on.
Yeah, he's ready for it.
This is, let's check in with Sam over at the AAC.
This is about that time.
Yeah.
Sam, what do
Sean?
you have to report?
This is usually when I listen to you guys and just the show starts going off the rails and then I get to come in. But this time I was on from the start to watch it go off the rails.
I think you should text Sean. He may have watched this game and have some things to say about Jordan
I bet
Binnington.
you
I
he
bet
won't
you he's
even
asleep.
won't even answer us on Saturday night. Hey, you're supposed
Probably
to
playing
No,
Switch.
you're supposed to tell us what your report is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Lud's rolling out there with Thanksgiving dinner platters.
Yeah.
We're making a shin pad reference to you, Luds. Because-
Oh, okay.
Because earlier, Allie said that you were wearing phone books when you played.
That's what they used to wear back in like the 20s and
Your
30s.
teammate,
that's what Sam used to stand on outside the bar in Austin.
so your teammate, Mike Madonna, went on the Spit and Chicklets podcast last week. I think it was last week, either that or the week before. Now, I listened to it because I wanted to hear what Mo had to say. And just out of the blue, they were talking about other things. And your shin pads came up. Of course they did. And Mo said you used to heat them up to flatten them out.
Yeah, that just shows you how much he doesn't know.
No, you drive over him or what did
Oh,
you
yeah,
tell
I-
me? You drove over him, right?
Parked a car on top of him.
That's what it was.
Yeah, parked a car on top
And
of him.
then he
It just
said,
shows how much
he
doesn't
said that
listen.
was like the only padding you wore. He said your shin pads, or your shoulder pads were minuscule. They were tiny. And he said your hockey pants were essentially a shell. There was barely any padding in it. He goes, I don't know how he stood in front of all those shots with no padding other than the giant shin pads.
It was just a lot of guys did it. You know, we didn't want the pads. We didn't, you know, the game didn't come that easy to a lot of us. And so the last thing we needed is any restriction of any extra padding, and the bulkier it got, you couldn't move around. And so, yeah, we thinned our I cut all the padding out of the back of the pants for sure. You just kept the shells in. Shoulder pads. You actually just some of them, the pads, you just cut the caps off and put a little Velcro on them, and then put some Velcro on your T-shirt and slap them on there. So, it was a little different time. And again, they were using, a lot of guys when I started was using wooden sticks too, right? So, but guys like Ally, Afraidy, and guys like that, and Al McInnes, I mean, they were still over 100, 101, 102 with their shots with those sticks. You can imagine what those guys could do in today's game.
Oh my goodness! Did you at least have decent elbow pads?
They were small.
Really?
They were good enough to be effective.
Yeah.
Still wear them?
I do. I still have them.
Those
are the ones I wear. Yeah,
I figured that.
The Velcro. That's why I got to tape them. The Velcro's all shot on them and stuff like that.
But
they
Sam,
have hard little caps on the elbows.
In today's day and age, where the equipment budgets are huge, probably because of the sticks, right? Because they're all $400 a piece, and players go through hundreds of thousands of dollars worth a year. Even now, equipment guys complain that players won't get into new gear. They get comfortable, superstitious. It's like you could have brand new, better protective gear that's super lightweight. I got new stuff. I think new shin pads and new elbows recently, and they're incredibly lightweight. They're better straps so they don't fall down your arms ever. And yet guys get so comfortable in what they wear, they don't want to change, even if it's old, smelly, and hardly protective.
I talked to Colin Blackwell. I asked him something. I think it was when they were breaking in their blackouts for the first time this year. And he was like, I hate them. I was like, why? He's talking about the gloves and the other stuff he was working in because they're new. And I was like, what do you mean? I like my old stuff. I swear he pointed back. His stuff was brown. The stuff, his shin guards are falling apart and brown and just discolored. They probably hate it because they have to try to keep them functional for every game. But I will say, Casey DeSmith is one person who loves new gear. He told me that one of his favorite parts about being an NHL goalie is all the free gear that you get.
Which is funny, right? Because you get free gear, but then they go through sticks like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
The one that's really changed though, Luds, is skates, because the old skates, especially the CCMs, used to take a month to break in. At least.
I sent my skates to my brother and he wore them for a year back in Wisconsin.
Really?
Oh yeah. Then I would take them off. I'd take the blades off and put the wheels on them and skate around them for a summer.
How long before you actually wore them in a game?
In my career, I probably used 4 pair of skates.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't like. I hated new stuff. I hated breaking skates, especially. And even now today,
what kind of skates would you wear? What brand?
My first pair were called Daewoo. Then I had Orbits. And then I think I got in the CCMs. Yeah, I don't know.
So I
was happy they gave
when
me
I was
some.
a kid. The first really decent pair I remember was a pair of the Tacks, like the old Madonos. I think they were the 652s. Beautiful looking skates. You can see the same ones you see over on the statue, right? Yep. And on that pod, Mike was talking about his skates, and he begged your old Stars equipment manager for a bunch before he retired because you couldn't get them anymore, and they would last a while. Meanwhile, a guy like Tyler Sagan will wear a new pair of skates every 2-3 games. Yeah. He'll go through 40, 50 pairs.
Those guys can get a new pair of skates every week.
Isn't that insane?
It's
the difference
crazy.
is that I got a new pair of skates this year. And again, I don't play every day like these guys do, so I don't wear them out like they do. But I remember when I got my first pair of Tacks, the first 4 or 5 hockey practices I had in high school, my feet were killing me the whole time. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you start to break in. And it probably took, 4 weeks. My feet felt great the first skate.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's totally different.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I heard that not all Mo was talking about me either. I heard he was bringing up some other stuff too.
Oh yeah. It was fun.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I gotta listen.
There was a comment about partying, and he did kind of mention your name. He was talking about there were some guys that knew that it was towards the end of their NHL careers, and they weren't going to miss out on any moments of fun when it came to
some
that.
Some of us started our careers like that too, because we didn't think we were going to last.
But you weren't
long.
the only one he mentioned in that regard. He talked about the whole crew, and
Hatchie and Matty. And
it was probably the whole
band.
That poster of all you on your Harleys.
Yep,
is that group?
Yep, that group.
Thomas Harley.
No, come on now. That is a bad dad joke.
Thanks
Thanks to everyone who joined us on our television platforms. Make sure to like and subscribe here on the pod and check out alldls.com. All right. Luddy's leaving in 30 seconds.
Can you throw up Allie's thing real quick? Allie said her grandma played hockey in 1932.
Wow.
And
there it is. I need to send you guys pics of my grandfather's and my grandmother's old hockey photos. Yes, my grandma played hockey in 1932. You absolutely do.
I would love to see those.
Yeah.
She said if you've seen the Grant Fear documentary, they used her dad's old goalie pads. So we'll get some. Allie, we'll get those and we will.
I have not seen the.
How's she on the power play? We bring her in now.
Yeah.
Play the bumper.
Net front. Definitely net front.
Go.
Luds, playing Vegas on Tuesday on the road, hopefully refreshed. It's going to be a heck of a game, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would think that you're going to get a little different pushback from Vegas in their building. You know, a good crowd, good show they put on there. So it'll be a good test for Dallas. I mean, I think these games mean a lot to both of these teams when they play against each other because they probably are looking at meeting each other at some point in the next 2 or 3 months. So at the right time of the year, maybe not. But, you know, Vegas is another team this year, you know, that when they put it together, if they get the goaltending, they can be there at the end. They're hard to play against.
There's conversation going on right now. Last thought of our night of because the Rantanen deal was made yesterday, that it's going to kickstart the trade market. I don't think that's the case because I think most general managers in the NHL are waiting for the Four Nations break because especially the teams like Dallas that have players playing for multiple countries, you don't know what condition your players are going to be when they return. You hope they're all healthy, but Luds, an Olympics, this Four Nations, the World Cup of hockey, there's always a risk of an injury. You have to let them go. I think it's way better to grow the game than be overly concerned about your players getting hurt. But from a GM perspective, I think Jim Nill just thinks that he has to make sure he knows exactly what he's dealing with before he pulls the trigger on a trade.
Yeah, but then I would say that I would encourage one or two of them to get out in front of it before there's four guys in on a guy or two.
Sure.
If you can put a package together, you know, that teases them enough to say, let's get this done now. Because, man, you don't know what you're going to get next. I'm giving you this. And, you know, if you have your eyes on a specific player, which I think in the case around here, they know if they are looking for something, they know what that would be. And they probably have a target or two. And so I would be trying to get out ahead of it before you wait till that time period. The next thing you know, in the next week or two, somebody else, because there's some tight races here, somebody else establishes and say, you know what, we're going to make a move. Now, again, I think if you're just barely going to get into a playoff spot and you're going to be out in the first round, it really doesn't make a ton of sense unless it's something for the future. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I just think if you wait to the end, then next thing you know, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Last one for you, and then I have to ask Sam a question, and then we'll go. Put on your Nostradamus hat. What's your percentage odds right now that Jason Robertson plays for Team USA in the Four Nations?
Yeah, I'm going to say 50-50 because I don't really know. I don't know if I think they've had contact probably with other people that were at the time when Jason wasn't playing his best. Mm-hmm. And probably have those conversations with those guys. I don't know how they would overlook him right now, the way that he is playing, and you know, maybe this is why he is playing. If I were that so-called Billy Guerin, knowing that this is how important it was to him to be on the team to get his game together. And if it's that important, then I would expect him to play that way during the tournament. So I don't know, but it's interesting to see. You know, I don't know how you overlook him. Is there any other American that's lighting it up like Robo is right now?
No, there are very few in the NHL that are lighting up as well as him. He's one of the top 4 or 5 scorers in the last month.
Yeah. And I don't know if I really haven't looked at the roster to see if there's any of those players that they have named that have had injuries. None that I know of.
I think the first injury was Markstrom of all 4
It
teams.
was just one goalie. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, that's a big one for
huge.
Sweden
It's a huge one,
because
but
Allmark is hurt. So now is Gustafsson the Swedish number 1?
Probably.
And then they'll
Unless
have
they
to,
can change Joey Decord to
which
Swedish.
I don't think he has that in him. But yeah, it's been tough for the old Swedes. By the way, Jason Robertson since January 1st is tied for 4th in the league in scoring. That's just since January 1st. And I think it goes back into December. But
Yeah, Christmas he was first and up until that Carolina game.
yeah, so I mean, he's a top. Yeah, I went back to December 23rd. He's the 3rd highest scorer, 23 points. You know who has more? Pasternak and Kucherov have 24. That's elite.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yes, Owen.
apparently I left you pointing. T. Farmer, Owen completely left Sam hanging. How dare you leave a man pointing? Was this?
I don't know what he means, but I was pointing at you for some
Look,
reason.
I have no idea how did I leave you hanging?
I was pointing and maybe you changed the subject. I'm not really sure.
Do you have something to say?
Let's touch.
No, that's
on,
weird.
touch-
Don't
touch-
make it weird.
Touch fingers.
Ew, touch sluts.
You want? All right. Good night, everybody. Stars win.
We will be back on Monday for a regular
There's
Stars
still a little bit of
podcast.
Saturday night left for me, or are you guys done over here?
1 o'clock
Only
Monday afternoon. We'll be here. And then Tuesday, we'll do a game at Vegas, a little late night Stars hockey. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the little wheels off silliness. It is a Saturday. For John, for Luds, for Sam, I'm Owen. Good night.
We all silly like the mayor.